Are you broken? Why does he or she not love me? Why don't I love myself? Has your spirit been broken? When your spirit has been broken, your self-esteem appears to have been shattered. Your joy seems to have been stripped away from you. Your dreams and your aspirations all seem to have been ripped away from you. And it feels like you've been beaten down emotionally. You want nothing to do with your kids or your friends, and you hate the idea of others being happy around you. Since I was young, I've been broken. I felt abandoned by my mother, and I also felt like she didn't want me. For years, I struggled as to why she would give me away and keep her other children. I struggled with the idea of why I was out on the streets at 16. Why I had to fend for myself and figure out what was next for me in my life. Why she chose to love her other children and didn't choose to love me. Throughout my entire life, I felt abandonment and distrust in every relationship, every friendship, every form of interaction with human beings. I felt that distrust and abandonment resurface. I've even felt that distrust and abandonment surface in the relationship that I established with my own daughter, my own flesh and blood. So have you ever been that broken? So much that anything that anyone did that looked like they were enjoying their life irked your nerves. I've been there. Have you ever been so broken that the idea of love just was not even in your forefront, because you felt like because of that abandonment issues and distrust that you had as a child, it would somehow reappear in this relationship. Therefore, you automatically didn't trust the person before you got to know the person. Well, I have. And you see, because of this suffering, I felt like in some way it was all worth it, because it led me right here to the point that I am right now. I'm exactly where the divine wanted me to be. I didn't need my mother to guide me, because the spirits were there guiding me all along. My ancestors were guiding me, the divine was guiding me, and the angels, they were guiding me the entire time. Spirit told me that these experiences would be lessons, and so I needed to stop looking at these experiences as a chapter of defeat and look at them as if it was a chapter of triumph. Yes, I was broken, but through that suffering and that pain, I found peace and healing. I confronted my mother and I began to embrace that broken part of myself. I began to do the work. I began to work on my healing with my meditation. And in my meditation, I told myself that she didn't need to love me because I loved me. I told myself that she could only love me to the best of her ability. I told myself that I deserved happiness and I deserved peace. I told myself that I deserved love and that I deserved security. Yes, I was broken. But in some way I felt like that brokenness was meant for me to endure. Those scars were meant for this very moment. This moment of finding out who I am and what my divine purpose is. This was all a part of that process. So now it's time to take that pain and that suffering and transmute that suffering into your healing, because you're no longer broken.